Central Park is engineered to sustain over 12,000 plants and trees. Once we have the plant zone, we start looking at the plant selections to see what kind of water requirements it has, what kind of sunlight requirements it has, and then we start looking at irrigation, drainage, the slopes of the decks. All of that is taken into consideration.
Central Park is of course a very unique space, and building something like that on a cruise ship is not simple. We have plants not only on a horizontal surface but also on the walls, so we need to make sure that even the plants on the walls get sunlight.
When you look through Central Park, you notice the trees, you notice the plants. But what you don't see are the modules that house those elements, along with all the fertilizers. Underneath the modules, we have gutterways, we have lighting cabling, we have irrigation lines, we have fertilization lines. All of that goes underneath the modules.
We use drip irrigation in some of the beds. We have heads on risers that you may notice as you walk around. They spray 180 degrees along the walkway, 360 in the middle of the bushes.
The irrigation system supplies 32 different zones. We have different zones for all trees in the Central Park. We have two separate zones for the living walls.
We need to make sure that the steel deck, which of course lies below the plants, is properly maintained and properly treated so we don't have corrosion issues.
Around the park we have 50 speakers. They're located inside in the planter boxes, and we have nature sounds. These sounds, they create the ambience, and you can hear the sounds of crickets, of birds, of frogs. The lights in the Central Park, they're designed very carefully to put a special attention to the trees and the different plants, especially during the night.
You know, when you walk into the Central Park, it's something you have never ever seen before. We have all been to parks on land, but when you actually see a green, lush park with tens of thousands of plants, that is something you wouldn't expect to see on a cruise ship, and that is a great surprise to anybody who walks into that space.